Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back with another Madden video. Today I'm going to be updating my best budget players at each position in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Now before we do go on ahead and get into the video, if you are new, make sure to go ahead and leave a like on the video and also subscribe if you are new. I drop almost daily Madden content on the channel. My end of your goal is to hit 10k subscribers. Could not do it without y'all, so I would greatly appreciate it. Now today we're going to get started with quarterback, and I think this was the same as the one I did like a month ago or something, but I still think it's basically Josh Allen is the best bang for your buck for a budget. Going for currently 11k, 9k on PlayStation. Good speed, not really good speed, actually. Okay speed, 90 throw power, 80 short accuracy, 80 deep accuracy, strong arm archetype. So if you power him up, you can go ahead and get that set feet lead ability, which is really, really good. And the other one I'm thinking is going to be Sam Darnold, who is pretty similar. If you power him up, he'll also hit 90 throw power and he'd hit 80 medium accuracy too. So just, I would say, I don't know, they're both kind of around the same. Josh Allen a little bit faster, but Sam Darnold does have a little bit better accuracy. So I think those two are probably your best bet for a budget QB. And for running back, I think the clear favorite is Elijah Mitchell, who's going to be 91 speed powered up. Now, I should also say for budget cards for me, it's going to be 25k and above. I think you can easily make a team full of 25k people, and people like Elijah Mitchell are actually going to help you out a lot. He's an elusive back. He can go ahead and get that backfield mismatch ability. So even though he does have 70 catching, which is pretty good, his route running isn't that great, but putting that ability on him will go ahead and make him just catch like prime Christian McCaffrey. Also has good like ball carrier moves like juke, spin, break tackle. Overall, I just think for running backs, everyone around him price, it's by far he is the best. For wide receiver, we're gonna have three, because again, in my head, we're gonna go ahead and make a whole team. Wide receiver one right here, this is going to be your fast guy. It's going to be Marquis Brown. You could get this card for free, I believe, if you do the solos. Powering him up, 91 speed, and that's really the big thing on him. 70s for route running isn't great, but he's going to be your fast guy. Maybe would struggle against like man coverage and stuff like that, but we're going to have receivers with route running right after this. Wide receiver number two, my personal favorite budget wide receiver, and he's going to be the best receiver on your team. KJ Osborne, powered up, going to be 90 speed, but you don't even really have to power up these cards, to be honest. Hits 80s across the board for route running. Slot archetype, put Slot-O-Matic on him, especially if you're on a budget. He'll cook up the man coverage, and he'll just be an absolute beast for you. And he can also do a little bit after the catch too. 88 spin, 88 juke. And for wide receiver number three, I personally like having some sort of like big body on the team. Alan Lazard right here fits the mold. He's the best kind of bang for your buck guy. 89 speed and 80 short route running powered up, 81 deep powered up. So he hits two of the 80 thresholds for route running. And he's also 6'5", deep threat archetype. I think he can go ahead and get the job done for you. Tight end is by far, in my opinion, the easiest one to pick. Evan Ingram, by far, best budget tight end in the game. And it's really just to do with the speed. Especially if you're on a budget, I feel like the one thing you may struggle with is beating man coverage. Good luck guarding a 90 speed tight end, or even 89 if you don't have the training to power him up. But he also hits 80 short route running powered up. He's the best budget tight end. He can do it all. He's basically a receiver at tight end. And also, if we come down here, his run block isn't terrible. Like 67, 68 powered up for a tight end is not that bad. D-line, we're going to skip over O-line because as they go up in overall, they're going to be better. Like O-line just kind of suck. And that's the thing if you don't have a good team. I think that's kind of where you see your team lacking. Like when I play with my no money spent team, you can definitely kind of tell like I'm getting shredded a lot faster. Defensive lineman at left end right here, Brian Burns, I think is your best bet. 82 speed, so good speed on him. 70 strength isn't really the best, but 82 finesse moves, and given his traits, you don't have to look at the power moves. Going for like 5k, I think he's an absolute steal. Right in, I'm gonna say Hassan Reddick, two Panthers guy right here. The Panthers actually have a load of good budget guys. 86 speed is really the big thing on him, and 85 finesse moves. Not really too great against like the run. 73 block shed is a little bit low, and given his traits, you actually don't have to look at his power moves, so he really only does finesse moves. Now for defensive tackle, it's going to stay the same. I believe this was the exact same person I said before. Vita Vea for a budget. He's huge, 6'4", 347, going to help you stop the run. Decent speed for a dude that's like 350. Has 82 power moves, and given his trait, only does bull rush. So that's the only rating that matters. You can ignore this finesse moves. 80 block shed isn't really terrible. Now for right outside linebacker, I think it's 85 overall. Ted Hendricks going for like 15k. Can't power him up, but overall he's just probably the best person, I would say. Definitely someone where you could just grab his power up and just progressively power him up as you get more coins too. But 82 speed, decent pass rush moves, and also can play zone coverage, so he's really just kind of a versatile piece for your defense. For left outside linebacker, if you want to use linebackers, I think one of the more important ratings is going to be zone coverage. So Kevin Pierre-Louis right here, 85 speed, powered up, and 84 zone coverage. So I think that's really important. Not really great block shed, not going to do a whole lot in the run defense, but if you want to use linebackers, like I said, I think that zone coverage rating is really important. For your two middle guys, at one middle linebacker, I think Devin White basically still pretty good, going for like 9k 10k, 86 speed, 70 zone coverage. The user or linebacker, this would probably be your best bet for a budget. And linebacker number 2, we're going a little bit more expensive, but I think he's worth it. Logan Wilson, 13k, 88 speed, not really great pass rush, decent run defense, not really good, not really great, but has 71 zone coverage too, so he's more of a pass coverage guy. He's not terrible at all. Budget corners, we're gonna go ahead and do 3 of them. First one, Dante Jackson should easily, if you're on a budget, he should easily be on your team. 91 speed, powered up, going for 15k. That's really the big thing. Zone coverage, man coverage, whatever, but you need that speed to keep up with these really fast wide receivers. Dante Jackson does a good job of doing that. Corner number 2, Asante Samuel Jr, pretty much the same exact thing I just said about Dante Jackson. 91 speed, powered up, really good physical stats across the board. I think this is someone I would play in the slot. He's just really good. His man and zone are a little bit lacking, but in my opinion, I think speed is more valuable than these like high man, high zone coverage when you're rocking with a budget team. And lastly right here, I'm going to go most feared Trey Wayne, powered up, going to be 90 speed and also at 80 man, 80 zone. So slightly better reaction time than all the other corners on your team, but a speed point slower. I think the most bang for your buck for free safety going to be Damontae Kazee right here. Powered up, going to be 89 speed. Now, if you compare him to other free safeties, there's slightly more expensive ones. And when I mean slightly, like 12k more, like Darnold Savage has 80 zone coverage, and that's really the only thing that's kind of bad about him. If he had higher zone coverage, he'd by far be the best budget safety in the game. But I just think he's only going for like 8k. Compare him to Darnold Savage, who's going for 25k, and there's not really going to be that much of a difference between how the two play. So I'm just going to lean towards Kazee right here. Now the first safety right here is actually going to be someone you should use her. EA just literally gifted people this, and I don't know if they realized it. 6'1" user for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Rayshawn Jenkins right here, 81 overall, going to be 90 speed, 86 change of direction, not bad at all, and 83 hit power. Doesn't have that big hitter trait, which kind of sucks, but he's probably the best budget user in the game. I believe he's like the fastest person under 25k that you could use her. Someone who's dropped in price a lot, but I would think he's the best budget kind of strong safety in the game. He's a little bit slower, but compared to everyone around him, he's actually pretty good. 86 speed, powered up. His power up is going for a little bit, 6k on him, but if you could power him up a little bit, even past this card, I think he'd be really good for a budget. 80 zone on him is a big thing. Like comparing him to other people, yeah, you have Rayshawn Jenkins, but I would rather user him and put Jamal Adams deep zone. Just tell him, hey, don't get beat deep. And yeah, y'all, that's pretty much been my updated list of my best budget players, making basically a budget team in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Let me know down in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with. Would you add to this list? Are you picking up any of these cards if you're on a budget? But I do appreciate y'all clicking onto the video. If you haven't already, you stayed to the end, you might as well go ahead, hit that like button, and also subscribe. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, but other than that, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.